The brand new Bundles of Bravery game drop has just been released, and with it has brought multiple brand new features to the game, such as Hardcore Mode. Now, with Hardcore Mode, there are a few important things to note before you go trying to make your own world hardcore. First of all, if you already have any existing worlds, you are not able to add Hardcore Mode onto it. Any existing worlds have to stay the way they are. Also, once you make a world hardcore, there is no going back. You cannot turn your world back into survival, creative, adventure, any of the other game modes. All you have is hardcore. You can't go back, and of course, if you die, that's it, you kind of lose your world. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, the way hardcore works is when you die, that's it. You don't get a second chance, you can't respawn. Instead, you get switched to spectator mode, and you get switched to spectator mode permanently. So if I go ahead and jump in this hole, I can either exit the world or go to spectator mode. And once in spectator mode, you can still go back to your world whenever you want. You can never actually play in it again. All you can do is like watch and look at stuff. So be very careful when you're playing with your own hardcore worlds. But yeah, here, as you can see, when scrolling through all of the options on my existing world, there is no option to, well, the hardcore mode option is there, but because this is an existing world, you can't activate it. There's no way to click on it, unfortunately. And in a world that already is hardcore, like this one here, everything's locked. It's been deactivated, so there's no way to actually go back and turn this back to survival mode or creative mode. They lock everything, which, I mean, you know, it's fine. Kind of unfortunate, though. I feel like you should have the ability to go back, but what you gonna do, right? Now, the next interesting change is, of course, bundles. Bundles of Bravery is really two big main things: hardcore mode for bedrock and bundles for everyone else. And bedrock. Everyone gets bundles. So bundles, the way you craft them is with one leather and one string. This will craft you a basic bundle, and we'll get into how this works in just a moment. First of all, I would like to just go ahead and mention that you can dye them any color you want. So here I am showing you got red, we got cyan. You can make it whatever color you want. I'm going to go ahead and make mine red. Now, the way that these things work is it can pick up different items and put them into the same item slot. So here I've got a bunch of different random junk in my inventory, and now it's all in this one inventory slot within the bundle. Now, the bundle can only fit up to 64 items or one stack, so you can't fit like multiple stacks worth of items in your inventory slot. Just this allows you to cram a bunch of different stacks and things into one slot, so you don't have to actually try and organize it as much. It helps organize. It's not like a shulker box though, so it's in between a shulker box and nothing pretty much. It'll help you organize your inventory, and in the early game, it's definitely pretty useful. You can do a lot of fun things with it. However, if you're trying to actually carry a lot of stuff, shulker boxes are the way to go. This is just to put a bunch of small stacks together into one place. Now, when you're hovering over the bundle, you can see how full it is because you can see the first 12 items. It also goes ahead and shows you like a progress bar there, so you can see roughly how full it is. This one is about halfway. Now, the bundle will only show you the first 12 items, so if you have less than 12, like I do here, it's going to show you all of them. Just to show you that it will not show you if you have more than 12, let's go ahead and grab more than 12 items. There you go. It's still only showing a few. Also, there's two just random missing spots. I thought it would show all of them, but apparently it's not. But here we have exactly 12. So it will show you if you have exactly 12. It'll show you everything if you have less than 12. If you have more than 12, though, it's going to show less than 12, which is kind of weird, but okay. That's the way that works. Now, using the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can actually select what item you're going to take out of your bundle. So here I am able to scroll through all of the visible available items. And then I can go ahead and select one and take it out. This way, you don't have to just dump everything out. You can actually just grab what you want. Also, fun little texture thing, while scrolling through, the bundle icon like opens up and just shows the item that you're currently having selected peeking out the top of the bundle. It's actually really cool. Unfortunately, though, if you're holding it in your hand and scrolling through, the texture does not transfer over to the item in your hand. It only appears in the inventory screen. Kind of a missing opportunity there. That would be pretty cool, I think. And then finally, because I didn't mention this yet, if you're just holding a bundle and you're too lazy to open your inventory, just spamming right click will dump all of the items one by one onto the floor. So there you go. That is the basics of the bundle. Like I was saying earlier, it might not be the most useful item you're ever going to pick up, but in the early game, it actually will prove useful. I know it might not seem like it, but trust me, it will actually help you sort your inventory. It could also be used to help you sort your chests. For instance, this chest in my survival world is just a bunch of random junk, but if I go ahead and grab a bundle, I can now go ahead and pick up a lot of this. And if I made different bundles with different colors, I could sort out the materials. So I could have a bundle just holding loose bits of terracotta. I could have a bundle holding just loose bits of glass and iron bars, stuff like that. It really might not seem it, but I do think this is actually a really good addition to the game. And I think Mojang has actually done a really good job with this. I don't know how much use it's going to get, and I really don't expect the community to think or do too much with these things. But overall, I think they're good, and hopefully people will actually realize this and actually use them the way they're intended to, because trust me, these things are definitely not as lame as I've heard lots of people make them out to be. All right, over here now in my creative testing world, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a few other changes that came along in this update. The first of these changes, we are going to go ahead and do /timeSetNight, because this one affects mobs. So previously, you would be able to put down your bed, you could get in your bed, but if there's monsters nearby, you can't. Well, guess what? Now, with mobs down, so if there's a mob nearby, you still can't get in your bed, but your spawn point will actually set. You see, there was a bug where your spawn point would not actually set. So even if the bed was right there and you're getting attacked and clicking on the bed, you would still respawn at world spawn. Now you will actually be able to just respawn in your bed. So that is very good. Very glad they made that change. It was kind of a bad bug. It was not supposed to do that. This is the intentional function. And oh, thank you, Mojang. I'm so glad that you fixed that, because I've had multiple issues in the past. The second change that I would like to go ahead and discuss is one that I am not happy with. And I know that doesn't mean much to many of you, because I tend not to be happy with a lot of things, but Mojang has changed the golden apple yet again. And no, I'm not complaining about the rarity this time, although if you want to hear me complain about that, I have a whole separate video. This time, they've gone ahead and changed the effects that it gives you. Now, whenever you eat an enchanted golden apple, you are given regeneration 2. Previously, it gave you regeneration 5. That is 3 whole levels above. Do you have any idea how quickly you regenerated? It was like crazy quick. You pretty much could not die. You could sit in a tub of lava, and as long as you ate a golden apple, you were fine. Now, the reason they did this is because A, now it matches Java, and B, because the golden apple is so common now, that's why they changed its rarity and all. They think that having to give you regen 5 is, well, overpowered. For an item that common, it shouldn't be able to give you such an overpowering effect. And while this does make sense, I'm going to fall back to my original statement back when they changed the rarity. Mojang, make the enchanted golden apple less common. Not only would it have been able to keep its purple status, it would have been able to keep its regeneration 5 capabilities. I do not understand why we're just nerfing the hell out of this thing. I really feel like we should, make it rare and actually good. But now it's just kind of like I might as well just make a few stacks of normal golden apples because while the enchanted apple is still slightly better, it's not really worth my time anymore, Like it's still good, but it's not that good. And it's really annoying me. So Mojang, sorry, but please consider changing this back. I don't like these changes. Now, moving on to the third change we're going to talk about in this world. This one has to do with commands, and I am so happy that they have done this. So as I'm sure you know, you can do /effect, and you can add or remove effects from players. I could use /effect @s clear. That would clear all effects from my player. Ignore the red text. I definitely didn't type it backwards the first time. And then you could do /effects. Let's do @s. We'll do night vision. And you would have to previously put in like 99999. And then you could put in the level. And then you could do particles true or false. But you see, I didn't spell true wrong, you did. But you see, the issue with this is there was always a running clock. Granted, the clock was over 2.5 hours, so you really should have had no problem at all doing whatever you were doing before it ran out. But it was just kind of irritating that I had to do all that, and there was always the eventual outcome that the effect was going to wear off. And for multiple people who just always play with their night vision on in their creative worlds, some people also like to give themselves crazy strength so that they always have like maximum strength in their creative worlds. But the effects would always run out, and it was always really annoying. And as I'm sure you saw it while I was typing this up, Mojang has finally added the ability to just give yourself an infinite effect. So now I have night vision for an infinite duration. It will never run out. And I can do this with all kinds of different effects. For instance, I can go ahead and give myself strength for an infinite duration at the maximum level, and then I can do no particles, and now I can just insta-kill everything. It's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. And even better, you can now remove certain effects. So if I do /effect @s clear and then space again, I can actually select a specific effect to remove. So for right now, let's do the night vision, and it will remove night vision. So as you can see, I still have my strength, but it took night vision away from me. And I can do this for every single effect in the game. This is awesome. I'm so happy, Mojang. I'm not gonna lie. I know I gave you a stink about the golden apple thing because I was very upset about that. But you know what? The effects are so nice, all right? It kind of nulls the effect a little bit, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'm still not pleased about the golden apples, but I'll give you this one because the effects, this is truly incredible. Thank you so much. This is going to save me a fairly large amount of time when working on creative projects. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. We have gone ahead and talked about everything in the Bundles of Bravery drop, ranging from hardcore mode to bundles to the changes with golden apples. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and maybe I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!